Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Jay Newz, and today you're now tuned in to Not Rated Radio, sponsored by Dash Radio's Dash Discover. And alongside, like every weekend, it's your boy Turn Up, aka Jason Allen.
Yay, what up?
Word. And today, man, we got a special guest like always, but today is an MC, very talented artist, man. I want to give it up for my man Xpression, y'all.
Woo! Hey, much love. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Turn Up, if you can step closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So, man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Like I said, man, try to stay cool during this pandemic we going through, man, but we getting through it.
Facts. That's all we can do is just, you know what I mean? Stay cool, stay alert, and stay safe. You know what I mean? It's kind of been cool for me because, you know, it's giving me time to be with my family, work on projects, work on music. So, you know, I've kind of just been taking advantage of this opportunity to, you know, crack down and work harder on certain projects I'm working on. So,
okay,
it's been cool.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, how we started off, man, is we're gonna have you give to our new followers and listeners just a little background history, brief background history on, you know, the journey with the start of your music.
Man, so, you know, it all started basically when I was 10 years old. I had heard one of my uncles was a rapper. He was rapping, and I was 10 years old, and I heard him rap, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to try to see if I could write a rap myself. So
yeah,
I wrote a rap, and, you know, I had that same rap that I was going around rapping for, I don't know, man, probably a whole year, and everybody was like, man, check this little kid out. He raps. So, you know, after that, I started to try to write, you know, more than just that one rap. So I got into that, started working on that, and then I went to a private school.
Okay.
When I was 12 years old, and, you know, we had to memorize scripture verses. So what I would do is I would take these scripture verses and I would memorize them into a rap. I'd put them into a rap form, and I'd be able to memorize them. You know what I mean? So like that. So next thing you know,
so you're spitting bars in the Bible, huh?
Yeah. So next thing you know, I kind of went into the Christian rap for a little bit because you know, so I started kind of like, you know, doing the Bible verses, but, you know, as I was reading the Bible, getting into it, kind of my music kind of went spiritual a little bit.
Okay.
So, you know, and that was when I was about 13, 14 years old. Well, then I had taken a break because at the same time that I was doing music, I was in a bowling league. I had been in a bowling league since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
So
got a bowler right here.
I was growing with the bowling league. So it was kind of putting me in this predicament to where, do I want to pursue music? Do I want to do bowling? Because my bowling, like, I'm on the verge of like going pro at this point. You know what I mean? I'm going to nationals. I'm going to the states, to tournaments, and I'm doing great at these tournaments. So I took a break from music. I want to say about like 14 and a half, going to 15. I took a break, and then you know, I pursued bowling. And then one day, you know, I had a friend. He had been making music. A good friend from high school, and he called me over. He's like, "Hey, bro, let's record a new song." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "I haven't rapped in a while, but I'm down to see what I could do." So I went to his studio, and I sat there. I wrote a cool verse. We recorded it. We put it out. And I remember when I put that song out, man, everybody just, yo, why aren't you making music anymore? Why aren't you doing this? I had friends. I had family. I had everybody like telling me, why you should be making music. I'm like, yeah, but I'm in both. They're like, do both. Yeah. I'm like, I know, but it's hard because, you know, they both require so much dedication.
It's hard.
You know, it's like they both require me my full all to be good and to be excellent in what I want to truly push. So, you know, I did this song, and, you know, when I was riding around bumping it in the car, bro, I just, you know, something was like, man, I really love music. I really love hip hop. I need to keep doing this. So, sure enough, the following week I went back, did another song. Then I'm like, I need my own little setup. So I got an own little. At the time, I didn't even have, you know, money like that. I was only 17, so, you know, I got a webcam, I got a freaking program, and I had used the mic from the webcam to load into the audio in the program. You know, I started this, and these are MySpace days, bro. Like, this is MySpace days, man.
So it's not even MacGyver and that shit.
Right. So I had exported some music out. And I had put it on my little artist profile page on MySpace. And the next thing you know, people were like, hey, yo, this is fire. This is fire. So I had some producers reach out in my valley. Hey, man, we really like what you're working on. We feel like you have a lot of potential. You should come to our studio and work. So I went to their studio. And at that point, I realized, okay, something's happening here. I'm starting to, I'm just starting. It's only been 2 months. Well, not just starting, but 2 months since I've been back into it. I'm like, maybe I need to pursue this. So I started doing music and bowling. And I did that till about 20 years old. And finally, I decided that, I had just had more passion for the music and I was going further with the music. And I had just, fully shut down bowling. And I kind of just completely ran with the music thing, man. And, that's when I started making investments, when I started, working with different producers, when I started to try to put out my first album. And then from there, bro, I just, took the journey and ran with it, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's been a blessing since.
Man, it looks like it has in the story. Is just like, man, from bowling to rapping. It's just like, I never think I've heard that before from an artist.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's really me.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro, because there's some times where I still drive by the bowling lanes and I look over like, damn, it's like that feeling where you're like, you're on a path, you're doing great, you're like the star in this, but then you look over, you're like, damn, I could have been the star in that. Like, and sometimes I feel like I still could because I still got it, bro.
Right.
I still go out there,
that lucky strike
and blow my ass off, bro. So, it's just one of those things. But I'm happy that I chose music, and I love making music and writing music, bro. And and at the end of the day, that's what my heart truly wanted a little bit more. So.
Okay. Well, that's like I said, that's dope, man. What would you say with your music? What would you say inspires you the most to make it?
Man, I truly, so growing up, I dealt with a lot of, I had bipolar disorder and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, music was like a therapy to me. It was, so before I started getting all serious and trying to treat it like a job and all that, I kind of was just writing poetry as a way to express myself. That's kind of how I landed on the name Xpression, because I had all these different emotions. If I was angry, I'd write an angry verse. If I was sad, I'd write a sad verse. Or if I was happy, I'd write, it would just, my mood would transition into the lyrics like that. So, it all kind of started as just a way to express myself and a way to kind of just, channel my emotions into something that's not too negative. You know what I mean? Instead of going and acting out on these feelings, I'd put it into this art. And because of that, that's where it all came from first. And then, I started realizing, hey, as I started to grow with it, now I can kind of do it as an occupation. Hey, now I can write songs about this. Now I can write songs about that. It doesn't always have to necessarily be what I'm feeling. I can even write for somebody else what they're thinking, as long as they give me the general idea of what they're going for.
Okay.
But it did start with, basically, therapeutic stuff for me,
Yeah. Now, do you rap and do you make beats as well, or you just do the songwriting and hip hop?
I just do the songwriting, but I also have my own photography business. So
nice. I
met a lot of people in the industry because, see, if I'm not making music with them, I'm either shooting their music video or I'm doing photos for them or something like that. So they meet me as a photographer, and then they discover that I'm an artist, and they're like, "Yo, well, you're actually an artist." I'm like, "Yeah." So it goes hand in hand. I meet people in the artist world, and they discover that I have drones and photography. They're like, "Hey, well, can you?" And then I kind of use it as an angle to.
That's smart though. That's a smart investment to have that. So you kind of you're in both worlds, constantly staying busy. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it's cool, man, because it's like you say, the best of both worlds. I get to be the star on the camera, or I get to be behind the scenes. But either way, I still get to be in the entertainment world, and that's where I want to be at.
Okay.
So it's awesome, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, man. That is a blessing. Sorry, we had a little lag real quick. I got to just fix it.
For sure.
Damn, internet. Everybody's on using the internet. That's why.
I know, right? Okay, so yeah. So with the photography, who have you collab with for photography and for your music? What were your dope collabs that you could say, like, damn, like actually got to collab with them?
So it's interesting because, like, you know, I've done photos for Bone Thugs.
Oh, okay.
But I've also worked with Busy on a song. So Busy's on my album.
Nice.
And then, you know, like Peter Dante, me and him, you know, I don't know if you know who Peter Dante is, but he's from all the Adam Sandler movies. He's one of Adam Sandler's best friends. He's in all the movies, like The Water Boy, Big Daddy.
Yeah, classic.
So me and him, we have a song together, but I also did the video. So I shot the video. I did the drone scenes. I did the editing on that. So that was cool. I've worked for the schools. I've done a lot of stuff for the schools. Like Life Touch, I don't know if you've heard of the Life Touch brand, but they usually are in charge of like all the school portraits for seniors and stuff like that, all the school pictures. So I work for that company. I've did some contracts for casinos. For
oh man, I hear hustling.
Like that, you know what I mean? So you know, I've had a lot of cool gigs with the photography, man, and you know, along these gigs, you're always meeting somebody, bro, and always, you know what I mean. So I just try to build the relationship with them, stay in contact with them, and as we grow, they eventually figure out that, hey, he's an artist or whatever. I'm not just like, hey, I'm an artist. I kind of like build it up a little bit, let them kind of ask, so what else do you do? Well, by the way, I do this. Or they go and follow me on Instagram, and then they realize, oh, wait, you make music.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's been a lot of cool things, man. It's been a real blessing, man. Okay. But now it's like, so I work for the school branches and work for all that. Then I realized they weren't paying me enough, man. I'm like, I was looking at my other friends who are photographers, and these guys are charging like $200 an hour making a killing, bro. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do that for myself.
Yeah.
I can't work for anybody. So I had just saved up, invested, and bought my own stuff. And then next thing you know, I was rocking it, bro, doing, you know, weddings, doing these cool little gigs, just being my own contractor, making a lot more money than I was working for these other companies.
Better be the boss, man.
Exactly. So with that extra money, I'm like, yo, I want to invest in my music too a little bit. You know, I want to throw some of that extra money into my music to spark that up so I can have both. So, you know, between both, man, I still be rocking to this day. I still rock the photography stuff, but now it's like I'm more dedicated into the music because my music is that's how I got the verification. I'm getting more interviews and the album and stuff like that. But I do still technically have all my stuff over here. Like if somebody called me, they're like, hey, can you come shoot? I mean, you know, if I'm available and I don't have anything going on, sure, why not? You know?
Yeah.
But generally, I'm pushing myself to be more the artist fully now, full time.
Artist, full time. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually been peeping you out, man, and you're like a beast on the marketing, man. And, you know, every time I'm on the, you know, social media or seeing something from one of the big blogs, you right there posted about it. And what you're doing is for like upcoming artists. Explain a little more about that.
So I, you know, once I got this verification, you know, I realized, you know what I mean, this is a blessing. I'm getting all these cool perks. I'm getting these top comments when I comment on, you know, certain big artists' names, and I see my thing right there at the top. I'm like, you know, I want to give a platform for artists, producers, you know, models, whoever has a talent basically, and do this weekly talent show on Instagram to where they could come, join the live, share their stuff right then and there on the live. You know what I mean? Because now I see people doing podcasts and I see people doing all this and that, but it's like now, you know, Instagram, you know, TikTok and all these things, they're taking over, man. It's like, you know, the constant growth is on the social media. So I'm like, you know, if I can bring a show to the live stream where people just chime in, give the feedback right there and do it all right there, that'd be awesome. And I wouldn't, you know, I'd do it for artists who necessarily don't have a big budget. Because, you know, you see some of these people like, you know, like World Star or whatever, they're like, yo, pay us $3,000 to get a post or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to generally help people out, give them a platform, but it also helps me out because it's like in me giving them that platform makes them want to follow me, which increases my followers, which increases my page as a whole. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm scratching their back, but also in a way they're coming back and showing love and building my page up. So, you know, I kind of figured, man, this is a cool opportunity to really milk it and just grow from it. You know, and I have a lot of these artists, you know, thanking me in my DMs, you know, for even doing something like this. Like, man, we've been looking for something like this for a long time. I'm like, hey, man, that's what I'm here for, man, to try to push people. Because I know what it's like when when you're looking for any kind of exposure, but you know, you're young, you don't really have the money or the budget, but you know, you're just hoping for that door. And I'm just trying to build that. If this thing can build up to where it's just, you know, super successful, maybe it can open doors for some people, you know?
Yeah.
And I've been blessed to have some cool special guests on the show. You know, I've had Adrian Gregory on the show. He was Tupac's first manager.
Okay.
So I had him on the show. And then I've had Crucial Keys pop out. Crucial Keys, he produced Alicia Keys' first 4 albums. He pops out, one of my good friends. You know, I got Ronnie King. He did like over 40 songs for Tupac, one of my good friends and producers. I have him coming on soon. You know, so what I try to do is, in the midst of doing all these talent shows, I try to have these special guests come on and talk to these artists and kind of give them, you know, advice on the game and what, you know what I mean, kind of motivate them, kind of little motivational speakers that come in every now and then to kind of like, you know, just as an extra bonus to throw in. So on top of the talent show stuff, I try to, like I say, I try to have these cool special guests that come on and kind of give them the motivational speeches type thing too. So, you know.
Change to the
just
game,
trying to do
man.
it all.
Nah, that's what it sounds like, man. I applaud them, man, because that's what we try to do over here at Not Rated Radio, man. Is give artists a chance to give them a spotlight. There's so many out there, man, with, you know, so much talent. So that's good to hear, and I'm happy that people like us are on the same page and like try to change and make it a big difference.
Right.
So with that going on, let's talk about your music. You got any music dropping? I know we got a single that you sent us, but let's talk about any upcoming music, because I say you got an album.
I got an album dropping on June 19th this year. It's going to be on my daughter's 5th birthday. I'm dropping it.
Nice.
The reason why I chose that day is because, you know, this album, it's called The Heartbeat, and it's really, you know, it's a really personal album. It's kind of basically, you know, I have my first album I kind of put out was called Mr. Zozo. And then this, it's kind of like it's a little bit dark and spooky, kind of Halloweenish type of vibe. You know what I mean? It's basically this artist who, you know, he gets like this crazy demonic entity, and this entity is pushing him to freaking join the music industry. And basically that if he follows this spirit around, it's going to give him this special lyrical power type thing. You know, it was kind of more like a story horror film type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went into the right path to where it's more me doing the more hip hop lyrical, just straight hip hop vibe type stuff. And that's where I have the Busy Bone, the Cassidy, the King Lows.
Nice.
You know, I got the Grouch, Zion I, you know, just Sahai the Prince, King Crooked Eye, a lot of Chino XLs on there. So I kind of just went all out on that one. I wanted to work with the top tier lyricists in the game who I've looked up to over the years and reach out to them and get them on this CD. So that was the right path. That just dropped in September.
Mm-hmm.
Now, towards the end of the right path, it goes into kind of like more of deep songwriting, storytelling type of, you know, me sharing real personal life experiences and stuff like that, like family who I've lost and, you know, what I want to leave behind in terms of, you know, if I was to die today, you know, what would I like? What did I leave behind for people and stuff? So as that album kind of ended on that note, I started into this new album that I'm dropping on June 19th called The Heartbeat. And this album, like I say, it's really personal because I share a lot of things that I haven't really shared in my music before. You know, I talk about, you know, going through the divorce of my parents. I talk about being homeless on the streets, trying to put everything into the music. I talk about, you know, my daughter's surgery that she had when she was a baby. I talk about, you know, just my diabetes, how, you know, my health is in bad shape and stuff like that. Basically, it's just one of my deepest projects that personally that I've put into, because I'm really just sharing real life stuff, real from the heart project. So that's why I decided to call it The Heartbeat, because it's just really deep, man. It's real deep. It's different from the other music that I put out. So, you know,
yeah.
And the intro to it, I actually put my daughter's heartbeat in the intro that she had from a baby. I went to the studio and I had this. Cool. So, you know, it's a really dope project, bro. It's gonna be sick. So I wanted to drop it on her 5th birthday. So that's what I'm waiting for. So.
Okay.
That's a good birthday present for her.
Yeah. And then we're shooting a music video next Sunday. We're going to be in the studio. The song's called My Legacy. And basically this song is, you know, what it's basically saying is I spend my whole life in the studio, working, grinding to try to be who I am, to try to leave a platform for my daughter to jump on if she decides later on in life that she wants to be a part of it. Which now she pretty much is. She already is, because she's on the right path. My first album. Mm-hmm. Then I have a skit where she's on this next album, and I'm here writing at home all the time and reciting my lyrics and stuff. She comes right next to me. She generally has interest in what I'm doing. Tries to sing my songs. Tries to freestyle. Tries to tries to be involved in the scene already. So in this music video that we're doing, basically I'm taking her to the studio. It's gonna show me with my engineer working hard, me behind the mic. The depicting, showing the Pro Tools, showing the behind the scenes development of the music, her right there in some scenes, like me trying to mold her in it, like her next to me. So it's going to be a really deep music video that we're going to be shooting on Sunday, next Sunday. So
next Sunday,
that's going to be off the album too. So a lot of cool things in the works, man. A lot of cool things.
That's what it sounds like, man. Well, we're gonna start to narrow this down and wrap this up real quick, but I want to pass it off to my co-host Turn Up. Turn Up, you got any questions for Xpression?
So pretty much right now, so you found like the new ways like making money on Instagram. Are you gonna do like how's everybody's doing too?
Like how they doing it?
I mean, like how you see how Spotify, people are like your fans can now give you money now through Spotify and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think that's awesome that Spotify is doing it. I ain't gonna lie, I got my free $100 from Spotify. That felt good.
Getting paid.
So, hey, it's always good to get an extra. I'm never too cool to get $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah, free money, get that money, man.
So yeah, but I like it, bro, because it's like I'm independent. I'm not with any label. I came out of pocket for everything I have. It's all from me. I never had to rely on a label to come out here and fund me and do all this and that. I don't owe anybody anything. So technically I have the freedom to write about whatever I want, put out whatever I want, own my merch, stuff like that. So it's cool because it's like in time, as I, build up the show and tell too, I'm going to have merch just for this Instagram show that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And, I could push merch for that. You know what I mean? They want to support my music and build up my streams. So it's cool, man, because I feel like it's all going to eventually tie into me. It's going to get lucrative. It's going to help my business grow. It's going to help me build friendships, but also going to help them, because the more people that come onto this site and more people that come and join in, it's going to be more audience for them. So a lot of them, they're going and telling their friends, hey, man, you got to go jump on Xpression the MC's live every Friday. He's doing this for artists. And so the word's getting out there now. It's cool because, like, that's what I want, man, Well,
so, we definitely got to collab. We got to collab with you, man, one of these times, and, get some of them artists that come on there.
It'd be awesome to have you guys as a special guest on there, just to, you know what I mean? Just to tell them what you guys are doing, and from Dash. That'd be awesome to have you as a special guest, honestly, man. I know a lot of artists would jump on the opportunity for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
There's some talented cast in there. There's some real talented cast in there. So, it's cool, man.
Yeah, man, definitely going to have to chop that up afterwards. But yeah, man, like I said, we running low on time, but I just want you to give everybody your social media handles and where they can listen to your music at.
Right. So, at Xpression the MC, no E. That's going to be facebook.com/Xpression the MC, twitter.com/Xpression the MC, Instagram, the @Xpression the MC, XpressionTheMC.com, my website. So, Spotify, Xpression on Spotify. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Now, after we get off this video chat, we're going to play one of your singles that you sent over, Godflow, right?
Right. It's Godflow, and it's that one's a special one because, it's going to be coming out. It's coming out this week. I don't actually have a set date for it because with everything going on with the whole COVID stuff, I put for a date to be released, but it's been the CD babies and the TuneCores, they've been really slow on releasing stuff on the actual date, but it should be dropping this week, and I have a music video dropping this week with it, so it's gonna be really cool.
Word.
So it's gonna be dope.
Word. I got a chance to check it out, man. I actually like it, man. So yeah, I can't wait to see the video for it, man.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait to see the video. All right, well, thank you for coming on the show, man. It's been a pleasure, man. And
love, bro.
Make sure y'all go get my man Xpressions music when it drops. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram, social media. Listen to his music on Spotify. Blow the streams up, goddamn it.
Please.
You know,
Blow it up.
but
And don't forget to come on that. If you're an artist, if you're a producer, you know, model, whatever, you know, you entrepreneur, you could be we've had some chefs on there from India, you know what I mean? Whatever you are, whatever talent you got, come to the live and bring it every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
All right, but yeah, we're gonna have a link in the description for all that as well, and we'll hook it up that way. But yeah, man, thank you again, dog. You stay safe out there,
Much
man,
love, you too,
and we'll
bro.
connect soon, man.
Hey, much love.
All right.
Enough, Ray.